Why Undertale is my favorite song ever created. Yes, you've heard me right. It's not only my favorite song from the soundtrack, or from Toby Fox, or hell, even from the video game music genre in general. It is my favorite song, period. And today I'm gonna try to show you why, or more importantly, what it means to me. I'm guessing that if you clicked on this video, you already know where it plays in the game, but I'm gonna go over it really quickly just to provide some additional context. The track appears in a game with the same name, Undertale. It can be heard right as you are told one of the main plot points of the story. And I need to warn you about some minor spoilers here, but you probably know what I'm about to tell you. You go through a place called New Home, where the monsters of the underground tell you the story of Asriel and Kara Dreamer, children of the royal couple Toriel and Asgore. Kara was adopted into the family after being the first human ever to fall into the underground. If you're wondering why she had fallen, well, it is stated that Kara hated humanity and wanted to get as far as possible from them. It is also speculated that she was so desperate that she wanted to unalive herself. All the same, she fell in love with her new family. So much so, in fact, that she was willing to die for their freedom. So she poisoned herself, letting Asriel, her brother, to absorb her soul and cross the barrier, carrying her body in his arms. Yeah, mate, of course there's a barrier. Keep up. Here, he was supposed to kill 6 humans and collect their souls in order to destroy the barrier permanently and free all of monster kind. But he just couldn't bring himself to commit such a cruel act. He was then fatally wounded by the human spears, forcing him to retreat back into the underground, where, upon arriving into his father's garden, he died, still carrying Kara in his arms. This, understandably, made their old man Asgore really angry, so he swore to kill off any human that fell into the underground from then on. It is here where the monster dialogue shifts into the present, since New Home is located right before you meet the big man. They start explaining how he had already collected 6 out of the 7 human souls needed, you being the last one. The monsters, not recognizing you as a human since they've never seen one, begin to almost cheer, optimistic that their imprisonment will soon be over. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? This was an extremely summarized version of how this song works in its game's context. Now, don't get me wrong, it works incredibly well in this context. In fact, there is no better fitting song for this moment. But I don't want to focus on that context. In fact, there are already enough videos about that. No, I want to focus on what it symbolizes to me. As you can tell from my last video, I am somewhat fascinated by the power of nostalgia, the craving to visit our past, even if it wasn't the best or most fulfilling. If you objectively look on the moments you look so fondly on through its lenses, you can almost always see that it's just your brain associating familiarity with comfort. But there is one past period of my life that I can't seem to do that with. I was 15 years old, and on the last year of the school I've attended since I was 6. Simultaneously, I was given a chance to play at the highest level in my sport, with guys 2 years older than me. The year went by, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I enjoyed every second of it. I did everything my mind came up with. We pranked our classmates, hell, even our teachers, and they enjoyed it and laughed with us. I also did very well for my team, having almost a point per game as an underager, and I was also getting along well with the girl I very much liked at the time. To say this was like heaven to me would be an understatement. And then, with one last school trip, it all came to an end. Not that I had a bad life afterwards, I'm quite happy with how things are going for me, but that just makes it harder to understand. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? What is this feeling, this weird potent sting in my chest that's eating me from the inside, but also making me feel warmth and comfort? How does one put it into words? Well, one doesn't. But he can put it into a song That's what Undertale means to me. The feeling of looking back to this time that seems and probably is the closest I ever came to ultimate happiness. The time when everything worked out. The time when everything seemed perfect. That would be what Undertale meant to me about a year ago. But recently I have found an expansion to this definition. You see, at the end, every single instrument joins together, creating the most emotional part of the song. An orchestra-esque finish, teardrops at the edge of your eyes. And then, a soft, twinkling sound ends the song. This final part is what the expansion is based on. It resembles me finally letting go. Me not wanting to go back anymore, but appreciating this period for how great it was and nothing more. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? Well, I can finally, after years of reflecting, say, yes. Yes, I am. And I bet even you have a song like that. A tune, a melody that invokes those warm memories of the past. It may be Undertale, it may be My Son Venus, hell, it can even be the theme of Scooby-Doo. It doesn't matter. What matters is the meaning you give to it. The aim of this video wasn't to praise Undertale for the masterpiece it is. It was more to highlight the weird phenomena of music being the best explanation for our complex feelings. I didn't research this topic, I didn't read any articles, I just simply stated how I felt. And I would love to hear how you feel too. Please, go down into the comments and share some songs you hold dear to your heart. The ones you have a special meaning for. And if you want to, write the context. Write the why. This video has been my way of writing out the why. And I really enjoyed working on it. And I hope you did enjoy watching it. Good night.